everybody. Hello, future bestsellers.
Hello.
We are so glad that you guys made it here today. Welcome to our writing sprints today. We have, you guys may notice that Robert is missing today. He is buckling down to finish his Quarantine With story for the anthology, which is awesome. I know, I can't wait to read that. And the rest of us are here today. And we have a kind of a fun little theme that we're going to do today. We are going to talk about happiness and specifically things that make us happy as writers. So I'm going to let everybody do their introductions, and then we're going to talk a little bit about this idea. And I want you guys, while we're doing our sprints, to be thinking about the things that make you happy. I'll post some questions during the sprints, and then when we come back, you can let us know and we'll talk about all that stuff. So, all right, let's get started with Savvy, who is the birthday girl.
Yay!
Yay! Happy birthday, Savvy.
Thank you. Well, hello everyone. I'm Savvy from the channel Savvy Writes Books. I am still waking up. My brain is a little bit dead right now. I woke up about just a little bit ago because last night I had a launch party for my newest book, which released on my birthday. So yesterday was my birthday and it was my book launch. It was super fun. And I just released the book, #SavvyBusinessOwner, which I spent a lot of time on this stream writing and revising, so it was fun to see it come to fruition. So that's where my brain is at right now.
Well, that is so awesome. We are super excited about that.
Thank you.
I know, right? It's been really cool because the whole time you've been like, oh, I'm working on this chapter. Or, oh, I'm working on this chapter. So it's super exciting to launch the book finally. Yay.
Yay, thank you. It was a lot of fun. And last night, I wish I moved them over to the kitchen, but I'll bring them back. My mom got me these cookies, which were, they had the book cover on them.
Aww. I love that. That is so cool.
It was so cute. Yeah.
Aw, that's awesome. Well, yay.
And then
congratulations.
some of them were hashtags.
Yeah, so like some of the cookies were little books with and the decorator who did these cookies actually like put Chewy's little face on each, like she painted it on each one. What? And then some of them were hashtags with the book title on them. It was really cute.
I love that.
And then some of them were like birthday balloons.
Oh, that's so awesome.
It was really cute, yeah.
That is so awesome. Alexa says, happy birthday, Savvy. Congratulations on your book release.
Thank you so much.
That is awesome. Michelle Schusterman, you're here today. Tell us all about you.
Hi, guys. I'm Michelle Schusterman. I write middle grade and young adult novels. And I have a YouTube channel that is Writing Workshop and Traditional Publishing Talk.
Yay! Heather is with us today. You guys know she is a regular in the chat, but she is here with us today, and we are super excited about that. Heather, tell everybody about you who doesn't know.
Thank you for having me, first off. And, well, let's see. So my name is Heather Dewey Pettet, and let's see. I am writer, editor, and sometime artist is my spiel. Let's see, as a writer, currently I'm smack dab in the middle of writing my first book. Let's see, and then as an editor, I've been a freelance copy editor, proofreader, and writer for approximately 20 years.
Wow.
So
that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's let everybody know you have a YouTube channel. What kind of stuff do you cover on your channel for everybody who doesn't know?
So far, I have been doing live streams since January. And because of that, I jumped like 100 subs since. But anyway, awesome. Which is mind-boggling. But anyway, so I also try to make some content when I can, and mostly related to writing and grammar and punctuation, mechanics. So
Awesome. That's
Oh,
fantastic.
which brings to mind
All right, well,
something
there's
that I'm doing, but we can talk about it later.
Okay. All right. Well, for everybody who's not familiar with Heather, her link is down in the description below. You definitely want to check that out. Caro's here. Hello, Caro.
Hello, my name is Kara Brown. I should probably put the mic closer to my face. Ooh, don't want that vlog camera to fall. Come back. Hi, my name is Kara Brown. I'm an urban fantasy author. I have a channel here on YouTube where I talk about Caro things if you were interested in that. Today, I'm actually working on editing. I am editing on paper today. I got my developmental edit back on the short story, and it needs some fine-tuning. And the overall consensus is that it needs to be longer, which I don't get told very often, but
That's interesting. All right. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm Lisa Daly. You may notice I'm wearing different glasses today, and that's because I broke my favorite glasses in Caro's stream yesterday.
Oh,
I was going to say you're being bougie.
I know, right? I'm being super cool today. Well, I don't remember. I think I was on, I don't know where we were. Who knows? I have like an addiction to reading because I don't really need glasses other than reading glasses, especially like with comments and stuff like that. But I only use them when I'm writing. So I basically have 1,000 pairs of reading glasses around my house constantly at any time of the day or night. And that's because I take them off all the time or wear them on my head. And so they're always like all over the place. Anyway, hi, I'm Lisa Daly. This is my channel. I'm a traditionally published author. And on my channel, we talk about how to write a book you're super proud of and get it published. And so hopefully you guys will start doing some of that today, or at least continue on your path. So let's say hi to everybody in the comment section today. Nihilist Geek came by. Very nice. Hey, Geek. We're super excited to see you. Joanne Ninja here.
Joanne, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. She was reading something I wrote and basically found all my typos. You deserve an award.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Joanne says, "Woohoo, everyone." I'm sorry I was first, right? I was trying to be nice because today our theme is happiness. And I thought, I'm going to welcome everyone today. Debbie's here. Hey, Debbie. Just popped in to say hi. Can't join due to my kids needing the internet for school. I think everybody is feeling that. Should be able to join next week. Yay! Well, we hope so, and we will see you next week. But thank you so much for coming by. We really appreciate it. L.R. Archer is here. Good morning. We're so glad you made it. Alexis is here. Hey, Alexis.
Hey.
So Robert is gone, as you guys know, this week. And next week, Caro is going to be finishing up her program, right? Yay.
Yeah. I'll have a really expensive piece of paper to put on the fridge.
That is going to be super, super exciting. Yeah. Maybe, a copy or laminate that bad boy so that, in case the refrigerator goes on the fritz, you don't want like the water. Okay. Anyway, Alexis is actually going to take Caro's spot next week while she is out finishing up her master's degree. So yay.
With great power comes responsibility, Alexis.
That's right.
The sass must flow.
The sass must flow. That's right. Allie Unicorn Fan 85 is here. Yay! We're so glad you made it. Caro's here. Hey, Caro. Thanks very much. Steven's here. Hey, Steven. We're so glad you made it today. Sarah. Hello, Sarah. We're so glad you were here.
Do you remember that Sarah had a debut book that came out last week?
She did. Now, what was that called again?
I think it was called Widow Weeds.
If only somebody had a cover to help refresh my memory. Does anyone have a cover?
You know what? I left my phone in the other room.
Oh, no. All right. It'll have to be me then. All right. I think we know. I'll do it. Hold on. It's going to take me a second. You guys could fill in while I'm looking so that the stream is not just me looking at my phone. Oh, wait. Conveniently, it's right here. Hold on. Yay! I'm going to make myself big.
No, come back.
Oh. Okay, wait. There I am. Okay, everybody. Look at that beautiful cover. Let me get that on the light here. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. That is available at Amazon and other fine retailers today. All right. Yay. Sarah, we're so glad you made it today. Kat's here, popping in to drop a like and say hi. Got work today, so won't be here for the stream. We have like a ton of people who are like
Going back to
popping
work.
in, right, and going back to work.
Mhm.
We are so thankful that you guys came to say hi. Good news, it's my last Wednesday that I'm working. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! All right, Kat, we will see you next Wednesday then. Have fun at work. We'll be thinking about you. Hey, Spence, we're so glad you're here. Oh, Barbara Howard's here. She has got a very cool little avatar. Carol, did you say yesterday that is her new book?
She's got another book that's coming out. She's got like what is it called? Not trilogy. Help.
Trilogy?
Yeah, trilogy. Sorry, I'm tired, yo. She's got a trilogy. That's the second book.
That
She's
is
kidding me.
awesome.
I
You know
have to
what?
get coffee. I'm getting
We
coffee.
have-
Yeah, I'm
We've all-
drinking coffee and my brain is still fuzzy, so we'll get there.
That's all right. We'll make it together, you guys. Devin's here. Devin's here.
Hey.
Hey, Devin, let the snort laughs commence. CO Savvy's here. Hello. She says, hi, Daily Brown, Dewey, Pettit, Savvy, Schusterman. Love it.
You can call me
It's an-
Dewey. That's fine.
That sounds.
It's
That's
an honor and a privilege, Heather, to be part of CO Savvy's special stream name. There's a new one for
No,
three
I'm
more.
allowed.
That sounds like some kind of posh, like Victorian name. It's not just anybody. It's da 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 da. And you can see all like the plebs are like, oh no, how do we say all this? What's it?
That's true. That's true. Orla's here. Hey, Orla, we're so glad you made it today. I'm always so intrigued by Orla's avatar. I love
I
it.
like it a lot.
Bonnie's here. Hey, Bonnie, we're so glad you made it.
Digging the pink hair.
I know, right? Shelby's here. Hey, Shelby, we're so glad you made it. Eva's here. Hello, Eva. Oh my gosh, you guys, we have such a good crowd today. All right, novelist Allie's here. Hey, Allie, we're so glad you made it. I love that expression on your face.
Oh, really?
Yay. Bonnie says, yay for the printed edit, Carol. I'm just about ready to print a second draft for a read-through edit. It just feels better to read it printed out. I totally agree. How about you guys? Let's go around the room. Michelle, start with you. Do you like to print out to edit or do it on screen?
Oh yeah, no, print out all the way.
Print out for sure.
It helps to get your eyes off the screen and to look at it in a different way, in a different format. And it's just more satisfying to take colored pens and sticky notes. And,
I always highlight all the dialogue so I can see where all the dialogue heavy areas are.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I too love the printed edit. And I'll let you guys go around and I'm going to escape to my little drawer over here and see. Oh, I probably can't reach it. I'll just tell you about it. All right. So when I wrote my first novel, 15 Minutes of Shame, I sent it to my mom and she gave it to my aunt to read through. And they printed it out and wrote little notes on it all over. Like some of them were corrections. So, oh, thank you. Oh, here, Carol, I'll show this. Oh, I removed you again. What is it with me today? Good Lord. Thanks, Carol. All right. Hold on. Let me go back. Thank you. I have a thing. Like it's like $4.99 in the Kindle store this week. I'm kind of excited about that. All right. So I'm writing this book. I wrote this book. I'm all excited. I have turned it into my editor. I send it to my mom who shares it with my aunt. And they make little notes all over it. Like, oh, I love this part. This made me cry. My aunt is mostly like, you know, where's your preposition here? But lots of like little love notes. And we have continued that tradition for every single book. And I love it. And those notebooks full of their little love notes all over the book is that's like one of my favorite things ever. Like
That's so cute. I love that.
If there were a fire in my house, I would save those notebooks. So like that's how special they are to me. All right. So Caro highlights Savvy. Did you say what you did? Now I got lost in my
we didn't for editing. Yeah, I like to print it out. Lately my printer's been out of toner. So I've just been putting off buying new toner for the printer. So I've been editing everything on the computer. But when I do take care of the printer, then yes, my preference is to print things out and go through it. Like in the past, before I published one final vinyl, I had that one printed out, and I had gathered like all of the notes that I'd gotten from my workshop classes, because I was workshopping it with my in like classes in school. And then I had my critique group online, and they gave me like email notes. So every page was just me going through and like copying down their notes onto the page that it applied to. So it was one draft full of everything, which was kind of nice.
That's cool. That's really cool. Mm-hmm. All right. How about you, Heather? Do you like to edit on paper or do you edit on the screen?
So for myself, I edit on paper when I'm working on my own stuff, because I do definitely, there is a benefit to physically writing on paper. Yeah. And it's just, there's something about the physicality of it, right? The texture of it and the pen in your hand, but yeah, I've done the highlighting bit too, and that does help a lot.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's say hi to some more folks, and then we're going to start. I don't think we're going to do a 5-minute warm-up today because we've been chatting for a while, and I want to make sure we have plenty of time to write. So let's get through some comments, and then we are going to hit it with our first 20-minute sprint. Hello, Tina. We're so glad you made it. Sarah's laughing. Joanne Ninja Hen said we could look at your alligators if you'd use your mobile to catch them. Wait, hold on. I have an alligator picture. I will figure out how to show it to you guys during this stream.
We were in the middle of my stream, and Lisa's like looking around. I was like, "What's going on, Lisa?" She's like, "Oh, there's an alligator in my backyard." And we were all like, "What?"
I live on a very large spring-fed lake, and behind that is a big preserve, and behind that is the Gulf of Mexico. So, there's a lot of nature outside. I also have this little baby peninsula by the lake. And the sun just hits it in the afternoon, and every afternoon it's like turtle sunbathing out there. It's there's 6 of them out there all the time in the afternoon. All right, I will do my best. I do have a picture from the other day from the alligator, so I will see if I can show it to you. Bonnie says yes to colored pens, Michelle. Adega Outlaws here. Hey, Adega, we're so glad you're here. Okay, Allie Unicorn Fan says, I print out draft 1, but did make my notes in my writing. Okay, cool. All right. CSF, so Florida Fab. She probably prints her edits on hot.
I can see
That's why I laughed earlier.
I didn't do Florida Fab.
She got sticky notes.
Plain white paper for me, but probably not sparkly, but probably it's in a notebook like this. Ready? It's kind of a fancy notebook.
Look, it's still bougie, yo.
It is a little. I can't help it. I am who I am, people.
And we love you for it. You are perfectly Lisa.
Thank you.
You've embraced the Florida lifestyle.
That's right. I am about as Lisa as you can get. Don't even own a printer. Paperless office. Good for trees. I really do have to have that paper copy to edit. I will say, though, I spent lots and lots of time replacing printer cartridges. And I just got that, I think it's called the Inkwell, the Epson Inkwell printer, where it's supposed to last for 2 years. It's basically just it can't do pictures on it. It's not very fancy, but it's perfect for manuscripts. And the ink cartridges are ginormous, and you can just refill them. It's phenomenal.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I was trying to do because I had some printer issues back in the day. I used to have a nice color printer, and then my office became a mess. And then I was trying to figure out what was wrong with my printer because it was not scanning things, and then it was broken. And then I finally tried to run it again after 2 years, and it printed out a nail file. And I was like, I don't even use nail files. Where did the nail file get into this printer? And why is it printing one out for me? And why was it jammed in there? And I was eventually like, you know what? I think I need to start over. So we got a black and white only printer, which I was using. I needed to use them for when I would print things for my business. And now I'm trying to transition over to printing out shipping labels instead of handwriting each one on the box. But then this printer ran out of toner, and I'm like, I don't know how to change the toner. And then this printer got jammed, and I'm like, maybe I'm just not meant to use the printer.
You're just not a printer person.
However, the 3D printer, I'm totally fine with the 3D printer, but the regular printer, I just cannot make it happen.
I learned how to be a printer repair guru because I was a teacher.
Yeah.
And we had a printer room, and there were lots of different printers in there, and if we couldn't figure out how to fix it, we got yelled at because telling the repair guy to show up cost the school a couple $100. So we were always joking. It's like, well, if this teacher thing don't work out, we can go and print the repair.
There you go. There you go. It's always good to have a backup. I say that. Actually, I always say not to have a backup. I'm always like, you know what? Starvation is a hell of a motivator. All right. Right?
That's true.
Theo Savvy is happy to see Bones, as we always are. Devin says, puppy. Joanne Ninja Head says, Lisa. That's very sweet. And on that note, I think we should do a sprint.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and do our first writing sprint. When we come back, we'll talk about what we did, how we did, and then after our next sprint, we're going to talk about things we love about being writers. So, all right. Yay. I know I'm super excited about that today. All right. Let me pull up our timer today. Here we go, everybody. All right. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, sprint. Okay. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Let me get this out of the stream and unmute everybody that I muted. Guess who's here? Doll made it. We're super excited that you made it.
Super late, but I got here.
Yay!
Hey,
Everybody.
girl.
We're so
Hello.
glad that you're so glad you made it today. All right. So I did not ask before we started the sprint, what are you working on? And now I want to know how you did. So everybody in the chat, let us know what you're working on and how you did. And we will just quickly go around the group here and talk about what we did and what we're working on. And that way, when the chat starts coming through, because there's a little delay, then we can ask everybody or find out what everybody else is up to today. So, Michelle, what are you working on today?
I am working on a ghostwriting project that's due October 1st. I'm about halfway through the draft. It's a middle grade. It's a super short middle grade.
Right, that's fantastic. So it seems like you are doing a ton of these projects lately. I know that what you write is middle grade. What are most of your ghostwriting projects also middle grade?
Most of them are middle grade, young adult. Yeah,
okay.
I've done 2 that were adult, but the vast majority are for younger readers.
Ooh, whoa! All right, fantastic. That's awesome. Caro, how did you do, and what did you do today?
I got hold the mic closer. Sorry about that. I got through 52 pages of my developmental edits, and I annotated them in red ink. I actually went and found all my pens. Michelle, you inspired me to go find them. But my developmental editor calls her the mighty red pen wielder, so I put all of her comments in red. And I knew everybody's got a tell, right? They've got a tell. And I knew I was going to have to do a lot of work because she opened this up with, "I believe in you." And I was like, God damn it.
I know.
And you're like, yeah. Oh, good gracious. I believe in you. Well, that's a lovely way.
It's going to be great. I'm just going to
cry. It's going to be fun.
And
all
so
right.
I read that. I read that, and I was like, I'm going to go get coffee first.
That's good. That's good. While we were out, DAL CECIL RUNO came in.
Yeah.
Yay, we're so glad. Doll, what are you working on today, and how did you do with it?
Today, I am completely sleep deprived. And no, absolutely. I have not slept in more than 24 hours by now. I think I'm on.
Oh, no.
Yeah. When I say sleep deprived, I'm serious. It's not like I slept one. No. It's like Dal has not slept, which I have this problem sometimes. So I don't know what's the cause. It might be something hormonal. I don't know what it is. No one is capable of telling me what it is. So what I'm going to do today is follow Carol's advice and plan for when you're sick. And I am just taking the time to talk with my dad, because I have not in a long time, and that's a sin. And so I'm just catching up with my dad at the moment, preparing for my stream later. And in the afternoon, when I have no streams and no nothing anymore, I plan to finish editing chapter 5 of my sci-fi, because I started yesterday and I got distracted.
All right. Well, that's good. It is really important to take care of yourself and also to follow Caro's advice, because she always gives good.
She always gives great advice.
She does. She always gives great advice.
I give great advice, and I don't follow my own advice. So.
Heather, I know I've seen your to-do list, Caro. You can all see Caro's to-do list if you just check out her recent vlog where she shows her everyone. Can you imagine what Caro must do when she's well? If her to-do list, she's going to show it to us. Hold on. Prepare to be amazed. What? Yeah, that'll do it. That will do it.
I give myself 3 things to do in the morning, around noon, and at night. And they're all really easy things to do. Like, if it takes me more than a half hour to do them, then I just put one thing there. But yeah, so that just basically helps me get stuff done, stay on track, and make sure that my house is clean.
Yes. I think
especially when my brother's staying with me. I'm like, I gotta get out that just a little tiny bit.
All important things. All important things. Heather, what are you working on today, and how'd you do in the sprint?
Well, not too bad, I guess, considering I had a couple of distractions, but I got through half this chapter that I promised someone in my critique group that I would go back over it again and also verify a few things for her because I didn't have my Chicago Manual Style with me the other night when we met. So so I got through a good 4 pages of that or so.
Great.
And then I had my distractions and I had to go get my book.
I just realized that Heather is here. Hey, Heather. So good to see you.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Dal.
I recognize people when they speak. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's good. We're glad. We're super glad. So, Dal, to catch you up and anybody who came in late, we are talking about happiness today. And for our next sprint, I'm going to ask you guys a question. And if you respond with A1 before you write your answer, then it'll be easier for me to find them. So
awesome.
I'm going to ask all of you and also everybody in the sprint or in the chat to answer this question, and then we'll talk about it at the next break. And the reason we're doing this is because yesterday during Caro's stream, when we went around and everybody talked about what we were doing, I had said, oh, I'm like doing some, social media posts and, doing some kind of author platforming kind of stuff. And somebody had made the comment like, oh, yeah, we all got to do that. And then Tamara, I think, said, like, these are things we get to do. And I thought about like, how you think about things and how framing them up in a good way or a bad way makes such a huge impact. But the thing that I could not stop thinking about is how it could be really awesome to be an author. And also that there have been several fantastic studies that showed that remembering and sort of reliving things, great experiences, actually makes you feel as happy as you felt when you initially experienced them. So today in our stream, we are going to think about all the awesome things that there are to being an author. And my first question that we're going to answer after the next sprint is name a completely awesome thing that happened to you as a writer / author.
You totally went Skynet on. Can you say that again?
Yes. Okay, so our first question that we're going to answer after this sprint is name a completely awesome thing that happened to you as a writer or author.
Okay.
Okay, that's going to be number 1. All right, let's say hi to the comments and see what everybody's working on and how they did in that last sprint. Laurel says, good morning. Hello. We're so glad you made it. Spence, back on the printer talk, says, my printer likes to wait until I'm right on the verge of throwing a proper temper tantrum, and then it starts working like a champ. That's because it knows you mean business. All right. Devin says, WTF. That was because of the interesting sound effect we had as we were leaving. Robin says, great stream. We're super excited. Georgie is here. Thank you. Yay. We're so glad you made it. Robin, I didn't mean to just pass by like, oh, great. Robin's here. Robin, welcome. We're so glad you made it today. I think this is the first time we've seen you. So welcome. We're really glad you're here today. All right. Unicorns. Allie Unicorn Fan 85 says, fighting with Google Docs, but still pushing through. You can do it, honey. We are with you. We are with you. Georgie's. Oh, I said to make sure that we tell Robert that we miss him and keep working. All right, guys. Oh my gosh, the StreamYard jumped. Sorry about that. Eva did not eat her Blizzard from Dairy Queen yesterday, and now she is, in case food had not come up yet.
That sounds so good.
I know, right? Very Bad Books is here, also asleep. Everybody was up late last night. I think a certain party is to blame, and I'm all for that.
Well, there was more. No, there was more after that. There was Sacco's after party, and then I don't know what happened to OK Weird, but both of us were awake, and we just decided, okay, let's do some sprints. And what happened was we ended up doing karaoke. Like, she would put one of my timers on screen, and she would sing for 15 minutes straight, and then I would sing for the next 15 minutes. I don't know what that was, but yeah.
I was not at any of this. That's wild. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Whoa.
We did not sleep. Basically, we did not sleep.
You're You're an inspiration, Savvy. All right, that is crazy.
Oh.
Totally
I'm going to
crazy.
turn off my camera until it
I know what is happening today.
What is happening to it? That's I don't know what that is.
Amy, I know you're in the comments. I feel like.
Amy.
Lucy Green is here. She says, recently moved from California Valley to Nevada mountains and my hands are freezing. Oh no. Spent the entire sprint shopping for hand warmers on Amazon. I'm so sorry.
My brother is. He lives in Colorado.
My mom lives in Colorado.
Crazy weather.
Right,
Okay.
I know. Well, let me just say this. That is not crazy weather for Colorado. Colorado is like everyone's like, oh my gosh, it was 85 degrees. And then on Thursday it snowed. Every person who's lived in Colorado for more than a year is like, yeah. Like it's just is not, it is always crazy there.
That's like us in storms, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Iceland weather.
Just like 20
Icelandic
minutes.
weather is like rain, snow, sun.
Oh
rain,
yeah,
snow, sun.
It changes every 15 minutes. I was there, and it's like, yeah, and like one minute it'd be like totally like Arizona hot and sunny. I'd be like, oh man, I got to take my jacket off and walk like 5 steps, and then the storm clouds come in and it's thunder and lightning. And I'm like, oh god, I need to find cover, and I get to the cover, and then suddenly like the clouds have parted and the birds are out singing. I'm like, this weather is freaking bipolar.
The weather is crazy over there, and then rainbows everywhere.
Oh yeah, when the rainbows come out, everybody comes out. They're like rainbows, and I'm like, have you guys ever seen rainbows?
That is awesome. Wendy's here. Hey Wendy, we're so glad you made it today. All right, Sarah is working on revisions. 2 pages done. Very nice. Eva says oh, that was weird. Eva just got here, just joined. I'm working on a rewrite of a short story. Very nice. Very nice. Sage is here. Hello.
Hi, Sage.
Hello. Just here to drop a like and remind everyone to stretch, hydrate, and back up your work. Thank you, Sage. You're like a good fairy of writing. That's very sweet.
Another one who doesn't sleep.
Spence tried writing, had a hard time, got a love ramen instead. Oh, the food talk has begun. Working on cleaning my living room, trying to write 5,000 words in 4 different projects. Good for you. Good for you.
Spence was playing my favorite game yesterday. She was playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, and she's like, I killed my first line. And I was like, I'm so happy for you.
I thought you were gonna say Beat Saber for a second, but I should know better. All right.
So like there's Zelda, anything Zelda related is tier 1, and then Beat Saber's under that, and then the rest of the games.
Okay, got it. Alexis is working on dark romance editing. Very nice. Bonnie's outlining and listening to a playlist for a second book in hopeful series project. Nice. Very good. Allie Unicorn, draft 2 and set up more of my writing bullet journal. I know that from Planner Stream. Yay. Yeah. Author Lucy Green, rewriting Nano 19 project, urban fantasy with Greek gods and dark fake. Love that. That's cool.
All the locker room fighting there.
Kimberly's here. Ooh, all right. Let's see. I'm a news reporter and I'm working. Welcome, Kimberly. I think this is the first time we've seen you on the stream. Love that. Welcome. News reporter. I'm working on a story for our site. Almost done, and then I can start work on the book I'm writing, hopefully for the rest of the day. Hoping for no breaking news. Us too, Kimberly. Awesome. We are super glad you're here. I'm so glad you made it. All right. We got some hellos coming in. Very bad Very Bad Books is giving you up, doll. She said she got drunk AF last night. Sia Savvy really appreciates that Michelle is so transparent about her writing rejections and failures instead of glamorizing writing like some others. It helps me deal with my own rejections and failures.
Oh, thank you, Sia. I'm glad it's helpful.
That is so sweet. And you know what? It is it really is part of the business. It really is. And that's the thing is, like, if you expect that you will have failures, not just in writing, but also just in life, you sort of build that into the program. I think it makes it easier because it just feels like it's another step on the path instead of some, drastic, horrible thing.
Yeah.
It's just
can I add 2 thoughts onto that real quick?
Yes. Please do.
So Writing Wife was co-writing something, not with me. And they finished doing the draft, and then they sent it to the editor, and the editor sent back comments, and then her co-writer basically said, I can't deal with this. I don't want to do it anymore. And I was just kind of like, because she and I were talking on Friday. I was like, what did she think was going to happen? Did she think she was going to write it? It was just going to be absolutely perfect? And she's like, yeah, she kind of thought that. And I was like, where is your friend? Call her and tell her to come over right now. I'm going to talk to her.
Dude, but like an editor is there to enhance what you have. It's not perfect yet. The editor is there to work with you so it becomes the best it can be.
Exactly.
What is this person expecting?
That's exactly right. Is it just me and robots today? Oh, it was me.
It's all of us.
It's all of us.
Skynet, yeah.
All right. Caro says makes my life continue to flow. What is it that makes your life continue to flow?
The 3 things in the morning, noon, and evening.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is the best thing ever. Spence is adopting that. Fantastic. Lucy wants to know, how does fall know it's the Wednesday after Labor Day? I was dying in the heat on Sunday, and now I'm freezing.
We're getting closer to the equinox, probably.
It is.
Yes, the 20th.
Yeah, it's 1,000 degrees in Florida, just like it's 1,000 degrees every day. When we have our fall/spring for the 2 days in February, it will go down to 900 degrees, and then we'll be right back up. All right, Nicole says, I'm going to work on my trilogy, but before I do the next sprint, I'm going to get some lunch. Always important. Rural accomplishment for that sprint was learning how to cut a mango. Now to eat. Nice. It's harder than it looks to cut a mango. Right, because you have that big pit, and sometimes it's like kind of stuck in there. So I feel you, and I'm impressed. Good Lord, Skynet Lisa would totally bedazzle her. CEO Savvy, you are cracking me up. Oh my gosh, you guys. Sage got up at 2:30 a.m. to attend Savvy's party at 6 now. I'm still working. Look at you.
Wow.
Devin says gremlins are calling for Savvy. Actually, I just see your avatar. Savvy, are you
I'm still here. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah. We can.
Okay, then yeah, I'm still here. My camera was just freaking out. I'm not sure why. I'll have to check on that, but I decided to just be an avatar, which makes sense because I look like I haven't slept enough.
Here. Hold on real quick. Now it's team.
Here. Hold on for a second. Wait, let's see.
Team Avatar.
Yay! Did I go? No, I'm still doing it. All right, I can't do it. But Very Bad Book says Merry Christmas. Oh wait, it's just snowing. Wendy Scribbles is here. Got to keep an eye out for anyone sneaking behind Savvy. Yes. Very Bad Book says, as a Colorado native, it's not that big a deal. What is crazy at the map shows fire above us and snow below. That is true.
Dad is already complaining about the weather in Finland because it's really gray and it's getting cold and he needs to buy gloves. And I'm like, Dad, that's amazing. It's great. And my dad is like, yeah, I understand you. You need your clouds and cold. I know, but no, it's too cold already. I'm like, his birthday is coming this Saturday. So yeah, he wants a sunny day. I understand.
Well, I hope you can make that happen, doll. You are magical. Jeannie Marcella is working on 2 projects, my urban fantasy and revising my unpublished debut dark fantasy. We better get going then. LR Archer says, it was pouring when I got up this morning. I'm actually leaving the house to take my morning walk now while listening. Awesome. All right.
Oh, we were talking about Zelda stuff. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I was like, wait, what?
I was like, you need that berserker armor. Like, go to the mazes. Just do it. Okay. That stuff is like amazing. If you want to kill more Lionels, you need the berserker armor.
Oh, we digress. Sage says, I wanted to stay, but I'm going to have to bounce. Have a great stream, everybody. Much productivity to you all. Well, that sounds like a really great day to leave for a sprint, right? Let's do our next sprint. So we are going to do 20 minutes on the sprint. I'm going to post the question in the little banner things so that you guys remember what it is, since I was kind of rambly when I talked about it.
Are we using Joan Ninja Hen's new timer with all the books?
Oh my God.
That timer is fantastic. I love that timer.
That is fantastic. You guys chat for a second. Hold on. I'm going to go find that.
I just used that last night.
I was so excited to see that timer.
I'm using that baby on my stream later today. I don't care.
I love it. Okay, I got it. I'm pulling it up. Yes. What a fantastic suggestion. And oh my gosh, you got, well, I'm in such a habit because I always use the little typewriter, the little keyboard timer. But I totally love the book cover timer. It's awesome. So and I feel like it's going to make us all inspired and super productive.
Yes.
So here we go, everybody.
Yay.
3, 2, 1, sprint. All right. Welcome back, everybody. I can pull this out. Okay. I feel like I went through and turned off a bunch of people's. There we go. All right. I think I've got everybody. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen while everybody's sort of finishing up. Let me see if I can find it. How do I do that? Stop the screen share. Share screen. I found a picture for you. There he is. All right. Here's Smedley the alligator.
Oh.
He's like a medium-sized one. We have some really big ones, and then we also have like one that's not very big. He's like I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet or 2 feet long. This guy's like medium-sized, but he's very chill. So Mike has he has like a gym outside in the little garage, and so he can open up the door. It's like a golf cart garage, so it has 2 doors on it. So he opened up the doors, and he has like a nice view of the lake and everything. And that alligator just comes right up on the lawn and just hanging out. So
basically, your pet. It's Lisa's pet.
Yes. Oh. Yes. Although I'm worried that this pet will try to eat my other pet, Odin, the dog, who sleeps inside. And so I really like to keep him alive. So anyway, so there we have it. Smedley the alligator for your viewing pleasure. Ta-da! Heather's like,
I love that name.
well,
I'm like, yeah. We have a pond in the back of our apartment complex, and there's a little one there. So I'm like, I've seen them. They're all over.
I know it's not so exciting.
We always have at least one in our pond.
Yeah, it's not so exciting for
Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
For 30 years. Yeah.
Yeah, you just get used to seeing them. Although I did have one, like I have a video of one. I'll see if I can track it down where we had like handyman planting some flowers in the back, and I can hear him like yelling, and I go out there to look, and there's a giant alligator that had just like snuck up on him, and it was terrifying. Like it was bad enough where he didn't go away, and we had to like call the alligator wrangler, which is like a whole different it's like the guys show up, they're like no shirts on. They look like they came off of like some like Discovery Channel show, like total caricature. If you wrote this guy in a book, no one would believe it. You know, this sun and his like shirt with no sleeves and his he had like this big boom box, and he was going to play some kind of music that the alligator likes. Like it was some weird shit. Anyway, okay. So so our question was, ready? I want to know how you guys did, but I really want to know what was a completely awesome thing that happened to you as a writer, author?
I put my answer in the chat, but it's like way up.
I saw. Okay, I'm going to pull it up. So I'll go around. Actually, you can just tell us.
Yeah. I'll tell you. Okay. So my short story. So the most amazing thing that I can think of as a writer is actually the short story that I'm going to publish this Halloween. It's a short story. It's called Danger. And yes, it's spelled the way I spelled it there. So it's spelled that way. It wasn't a typo. And it is thanks to that short story that it is. Okay, I want to say it I will say it a billion times. It is thanks to this community and all the support that I got from you guys, from everyone who has ever supported me in any way, not necessarily material, but also material, that I had the funds to pay for an editor. So, and like all the support for like making it quality publishing and not just me throwing something on KDP for free, you know, something of quality. So it is thanks to you, all of you. And also that short story led me to, I don't want to cry. I am sleep deprived. I should not say it. That's why I wrote it. It led me to one of the most wonderful friendships I have found, I think, one of them, because I'm not saying it's the most, but like one of the most amazing friendships that I have had in my entire life. And I do not take that for granted. It has been very healing to be friends, you know. So yeah, that short story is the best that could ever happen.
That's a great answer.
I should make a video. Yeah. I should make a video on this. Thank you for the suggestion, Lisa.
You should. That's going to be hard to follow too. That is an awesome story. All right.
That's gonna be my thing. Is like, how do we follow that up? Like,
I know, right?
I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. It's good to set a high bar, doll. Okay. I'm gonna go with Savvy. Savvy, name a completely awesome thing that has happened to you as a writer/author.
Some of the coolest stories I have are when different parts of my world converge, because I'm kind of in a bunch of different worlds and communities at the same time, from being a children's author and then being like a YA author, being like in the small business owner world, and then also working as a music journalist. So I'm kind of in different communities. So anytime the communities converge unexpectedly, I think those are the moments I live for. The coolest example recently was, so for a music magazine that I work for, that I had just gotten promoted to assistant editor, I was having to assign a story where the main source was going to be this music teacher who talked about the ways that they adapted, like their school adapted music education to the virtual learning world for the pandemic. And I reached out to this guy like, hey, we'd love for you to be a source in this story that we're putting out about this. And when he replied to me, he was like, I thought you seemed familiar. And it turns out my wife is a big fan of your YouTube channel. And I was like, what?
I love that.
So that was amazing. That, and there have been a few times when I've been like at a convention. Like I was at a convention in Chicago selling my Forever Home Friends books. And I would start like, I'm used to just like sales pitching everyone, being like, so here's what this is. And I had a few people there being like, oh yeah, we run a dog rescue and we follow you guys on.
Everybody.
Sorry.
You're the only one lagging, Lisa.
Oh, great. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Savvy.
Oh no, it's fine. I was making sure everything's okay. Yeah, so I'd have a few people be like, oh, I run a dog rescue in Nashville and we've been following you guys on Instagram for months or something like that. So it's just like whenever my work has just been recognized by people who value it, like that in an unexpected place, or like in a way where it's like I was, you know, in one writing world, but someone else was like, oh yeah, you also do this thing and I like it. And it's like, that's so cool. So just seeing that, like doing the hybrid approach is actually working. Sometimes everyone's like, you got to find your one specification and stick to that and have that be your identity. And so I've always been a little scared that having so many different facets to what I do is going to be detrimental, but it turns out it's working out. So every time it works out, it's like, okay, I can keep doing this. It's very encouraging.
It's a happy thing. That is awesome. CEO Savvy says a beta reader wrote to me in her feedback notes in 2017. Keep writing. You are good. Stuck with me ever since. Crippling self-doubt annihilated in 5 simple words.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
CEO.
love that. I love that.
Can I say something to her?
Yes.
Because it's important. CEO, I want to tell you this in your language so you understand what I mean, okay? Tú eres buena. Eres muy buena escritora. Y nunca, nunca lo abandones.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. CEO Savvy, I'm so glad you wrote that. That is incredible. That is incredible. I'm going to get all like weepy from this. That's amazing. Okay, Caro, your turn, honey.
My happiest author memory. Sorry, I'm making like that long face because I thought about when you asked me and then I kept thinking about it. So there's a couple of instances that come up. One is that I come from a military family, so I have a lot of uncles. Okay, like a lot. And one of them bought my book, didn't tell me or anything, and he messaged my dad, and he was kind of like, "Yeah, I read her book, and it's fucking brilliant." But anyway, about these ducks, and I was like, "Oh." right? And the other memory that made me really happy is that my dad actually, my dad bought my books. He hasn't read them, and I'm like, that's fine, Dad. You don't have to read my books. In fact, I'd rather you did it, but that's okay. But he bought my debut book, and he bought a bunch of copies. And the reason he bought copies is because he would take one to work to show to people, and then they would read it and then walk off with it. So he had to bring in more to the office. And I was like, oh,
that's awesome.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
My book is good enough for people to steal it from my dad's office.
That is a win right there. That is a win. They're like, really, I think that that validation, which all of us have in some way or another, like it really just feels so fantastic. I was about to ask Michelle, but instead I'm going to go to Sarah. Sarah says, I met my 2 best friends because we're all writers. I met my local best friend through nano events, met my now long distance best friend in writing classes in college. Love that. That's phenomenal. That's awesome. Michelle.
Yes.
Tell us your answer. Completely awesome thing.
It has to be talking to or getting emails or letters from kids who have read my books, because most of my books are middle grade, so that's who I hear from the most. And I was just, when you asked this question at the beginning, I was trying to think of like the best interactions I've had. And I remember on my first series, one of my first fan emails I ever got was a girl who said a lot of stuff, but at the end she ranked all of the characters in my book in order of how much she liked them to how little she liked them. Hilarious. And also I have a series called The Kat Sinclair Files. That's the name of the main character. And I got an email from a girl named Kat Sinclair, and she was so utterly delighted that this character shared her name. And I was just looking through the old emails from her. She told me some stories. It was like this 13, 14-year-old girl who was convinced her town that she lived in had a lot of paranormal activity. And she was like telling me all these ridiculous ghost stories. And yeah, just hearing from kids. That's the best.
I love that. So I've only written 1 middle grade book, but I know you've written a ton. And I will say one of the coolest things that ever happened to me was that a kid did a book report on my book, and then it was like posted online on like one of those like class share things, and I came across it by accident, and it was like this detailed analysis of, for like a 4th grader, of all these different, the setting and the plot points, and it was like, oh my gosh, somebody, that's like incredible. All right, Heather, tell us I love that story. Tell us your completely awesome thing that has happened to you as a writer/author.
Well, since I'm still working on my first book, I tried to think about some things that happened to me. Let's see. I also have had some overlap in a lot of the things that I do, because I do a few different things. I started, here's one thing. I started attending this convention, this con, several years ago. And I'd heard about it through a couple friends of mine, at least one friend of mine. So the first year I'm attending, and I'm like a little nervous because I felt like I probably don't know anybody except for I might run into my friends. Well, it turns out I see some local writers I know, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? and including a former editor of mine when I was doing the freelance journalism thing, because I did that for a while. So I was like, wait a minute. I know you, and he said the same thing, and apparently he's a sci-fi writer as well, and whatever. So that was kind of cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
And because of my connection with that, I met some cool people. And I started speaking.
That's fantastic.
On panels, excuse me.
That's cool. I figured. That's fantastic. I know. I think meeting other writers is probably the best thing. Also, free books. Love that. All right. Joanne Intahen says, it hasn't happened, but the awesome thing about being a writer is that you can do wild, silly things and justify them by calling them research for your novel. I see no reason why any of you cannot start this today if you have not already. Totally, totally true.
I'm pretty confident my file with the FBI is very extensive now.
Right? Just for search engine history alone. Right?
Yeah, search engine history. I mean, I have been clumsy and silly to go searching for like how to defuse a bomb without an incognito window.
I've had everything from picking locks to hot rigging cars to legal functions, and it doesn't help that I play violent video games too. So, and I was in the military, so my file at least has to be at least 2 pages long.
I bet it's 2 inches thick. 2 pages does not seem like enough for you, Carol.
I can request it. You know what? Hold on.
They have a spreadsheet exclusively for Carol.
How to request FBI file.
Oh, see, there you go. Okay, Laurel says, getting to see what's in the worlds I've created and hopefully eventually having other people read about it too. Awesome. That is absolutely fantastic. All right, let's see. We have, hold on, some folks who have printed up or who have posted some progress. We're going to talk about that. Lucy Green, 550 words. Isn't bad for being half asleep. Got to celebrate the little victories. Yes. Sarah got revisions on 2 pages. Finished that scene. Going to break for lunch before starting the next scene. Wendy's got 191. Nice. Joanne and Jahan made a GIF of me, or GIF. Who says what? Of me smashing a boxing machine for research, of course. Why does a book have to have a middle? Why not just a beginning and an end? Who came up with this 3-act structure anyway? Good question. All right. Spence says, specifically since joining this community, the experience of getting constructive and helpful feedback was so lovely for me. Oh, that's wonderful. All right. Oh my gosh. We jumped. Very Bad Books was concerned about where I live. Now she knows Florida and any freaking thing can happen. Right? Very Bad Books says, cry on stream, dog. We love you.
I did.
Chasing epiphanies, friendships all around. That is true.
Writing. Marco, you are my other brother, and he's my other friend. I love this guy. No shame. I have no shame to admit it. He's like the only one who can understand my love for Finnish music because he's Finnish.
It's great. I love that. I totally love that. All right. Alexa says, the most exciting for me, I self-published my first book, From the Other Side of the Tracks, which is on Amazon with a couple of copies. I discontinued it. Still, to publish, to get it out there, that is an awesome, awesome thing. Wendy says, awesome thing to happen was not 1, but 4 short stories published in various anthologies this past year. Nice. All right. Ooh, she said she discontinued my book From the Other Side of the Tracks because I thought I could get it traditionally published. You know what, honey? Until that contract is signed, you don't have to pull it down. You can keep it right up there. All right. In fact, if you have good sales for it, it'll actually help. All right. Author Lucy Green says, deciding to write again after a back injury has given me hope and purpose in a world of pain. I'm homeschooling my daughter, and her senior project will be to write and publish a novel. We're a team. Oh my God, I love that. That's so awesome.
Very cool.
I feel so inspired by that. I feel like we should do a sprint. Who's with me on that?
That's a 10-10 transition. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, here we go. I am going to pull this bad boy back. I got to get the alligator off the screen. It's going to take me a second to get to the right timer. Not the alligator, although maybe I'll do an alligator timer. I think I might. Feels like
Lisa spent an alligator and Odin in the same timer.
Right? I can do that. I'll just switch back and forth between the two of them. All right, everybody, we are going to get started with our final sprint of the day. I will come back, and if you have stuff to add to our question, I definitely want to know what that is. Otherwise, let's get writing. 3, 2, 1, sprint. All right.
And we're back.
Let's see who That's right. Thank you. Yay. Okay. Fantastic. So there were a couple more, there are some funny things in the chat that I want to get
gator
to,
with
and also a couple more
pink flamingo and minnow.
awesome things about being a writer/author. Kimberly says, as a reporter for 20 years, I've had people tell me how stories I've written have helped them in some way, and that makes me happy. The books I'm writing are created to help others in some way. Oh, I love that. That is phenomenal. I totally love that. And I think, like, for me, my favorite thing was my very first, aside from seeing your book in the bookstore for the first time, which you never get over that. My favorite thing was when a complete stranger wrote to me out of the blue to tell me how much she liked my first book, and like that it had changed her life. And like you think from that, like, if I have helped one single person, then every other thing is worth it. And I don't know. So it's cool. It's also cool when someone who's not related to you or connected to you in some way writes you to tell you that they like your book. Like someone who's not a friend of your, mother, or someone that you met at your writing group or something. Like there's something about a complete stranger who has no agenda or motivation telling you, like, hey, I just want you to know I really loved your book. So that's pretty awesome. All right. We're like some hilarious hilarious things. Very Bad Books says, my Google search is filled with how much poison can you give someone without killing them, and a number to poison control, because I wanted to ask them a question. CO Savvy says, Caro's FBI file, tacos, tarot addiction, man-eater, dog city, capital of Arizona, robot erotica. Lucy says, Florida is the Australian outback of America. That is true. That is true. Very Bad Book says, don't diss Australia like that. Florida's like the black hole in the Twilight Zone. No offense, Lisa. I do not take offense because I live here and I know that you are correct. There are many different Floridas, and there are some things I love.
I mean, Lisa goes to the store to buy that frozen meat specifically for her gator pets. She just doesn't tell us. And if you mess with Lisa or her family, the meat that goes to the gators that day is a little bit different and more fresh.
It's a little fresher that day. They just feed themselves. Okay. CO Savvy says, I got your time early. An alligator wearing a sparkly flamingo covered robe holding a mimosa. Yes. You know me so well. So well. Yeah, I do love Florida. And also I am constantly mortified by Florida. All right. Very good. Laurel says, why do I get so hyper-focused on making Instagram posts that hardly anyone will see instead of actually writing? And Spence says, I would love for someone I know at some point to tell me that they like my book. That's coming. That's coming for you. It's coming. All right. I don't know, Laurel, but I feel you. I also do. Right? Who doesn't get down the rabbit hole occasionally? I mean, everybody does. Right? It's part of it.
When I try to do something visual, like a thumbnail or like an Instagram post or something, I am so like hard on myself because it's gotta be on par, it's gotta be in brand, it's gotta be eye-catching, it's gotta be understandable for sighted people, it's gotta be everything. And I'm like, oof, I can spend hours just making a thumbnail because DAL.
Right. I know. I feel it. All right, you guys, we are at 107, which is pretty close to when we try to finish up here. So I'm super happy that all of you were here today. Lucy says, Laura Webb, instant gratification is a hell of a motivator. Maybe you could share your favorite line of the day on Instagram, and that will inspire you to write. I'm preaching to myself. Thank you. You're also preaching to me. Thank you very much. That is excellent advice. Good for you. I love that idea. Tomorrow it'll be like 57 work in progress lines on Instagram, which would be cool. Be very cool. All right, you guys, let's say goodbye and do our little outros. Before we go, I want to say that You guys probably already know this, but DAL streams right after us at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the link to her stream is right there in the description below. Savvy, you had a big party last night. Are you going to be doing sleepover tonight?
I am, yes. So last night was a big launch party. I'm still going to be doing AuthorTube sleepover tonight at 9 p.m. Central. I hope to see you guys there because I have so much work to get done today that I was like, I am not going to work on my birthday. I have been fortunate that I've been able to schedule my life so that I've only ever had to go to work on my birthday once, which was when I turned 24. But this year I was like, I am not doing my job on my birthday. So instead I am doing all of the work today.
Well, that's good. That's really good. I took off Monday.
I was too drunk last night.
Oh my gosh. I took off Monday. Doll's like recovering from her hangover. Oh my gosh, hilarious. All right, Michelle, let's say your goodbye.
My goodbye.
Yes.
Guys, I'm Michelle Schusterman. I write middle grade and young adult novels, and I have a YouTube channel that's all writing workshops and traditional publishing talk, and I would love to see you there.
Yay, very nice. Carol Brown.
Hi, my name is Carol.
That's me. Carol, oh no.
Oh, crap.
Okay, it wasn't me. All right, Carol, we're coming back to you. DAL CECIL RUNO, tell the people who you are.
Thank you very much for having me today. Hello there, humans. I am DAL CECIL RUNO, the partially blind alien who is an own voices author, aka the ace from space. I write primarily sci-fi, but I like to explore other genres with my short stories. I have one short story out. It's part of a disability and romance anthology. So yes, it's a romance. I have a thriller coming out this Halloween. It's a crime thriller, noir-esque. I also write some poetry and I stream every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can find me all over social media with the same name that you see on screen. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. We're coming back to Carol. Heather, tell us about your she'll be back. Tell us about your channel.
Okay, so I'm Heather Dewey Pettet, and let's see, I'm a writer, editor, and sometime artist. And let's see, blah, 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 blah. I stream currently Tuesday and Thursday evenings from about 7 to 9, which sounds like a college class. Go Rays.
Nice.
But Savi, I just want to say real quick, my husband is a huge Cubs fan because he grew up just outside of Chicago.
Woohoo!
And so we support both. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to say that. And yeah, okay, I guess I'm done.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having
Carol, next time, your turn. Carol part 2. We missed you. We got hi, like that.
Hi, my name is Carol Brown. I have a channel here on YouTube where I do Caro things if you are interested in checking that out. I also have some books out if you are interested in reading any of the works that I published. I also have some work under the name of Faye Black. One of those is being an anthology that's coming out next week on the 16th. If you are interested in reading the one bed trope where it's like, oh no, there's only one bed. What do we do? So I have a story in there for that. And I'm currently doing my impersonation of Amy and constantly having internet gremlin problems, which leaves me very frustrated.
Oh, excuse me.
And that's me.
I'm so delighted. I read your story. I really liked it. And let me just say it is, I really liked it. I really thought it was good. So I have not read, I read like a little teeny bit at the beginning, but I will confess that in that arc, I went straight to the Carol Brown story.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. It's good though. Look at that. Joy Ninja Hen says, my story has 2,194 comments. I always forget how feedback depraved normal authors are. Go web fiction. Look at you. That's more comments than some people sell books. That is phenomenal. That is so phenomenal.
That's more comments than a lot of our YouTube videos.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Definitely more comments than I normally get on mine. So that is awesome. Who did I forget? Dolly, I did you. Michelle, I did you. Heather, Savvy started.
You forgot you.
I forgot me. Right. Okay. Savvy, did you have anything to add? We have AuthorTube sleepover.
Yeah, that's it. I hope to see you guys tonight.
Awesome. Well, I'm Lisa Daly. This is my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Caro streams on Tuesdays. Savvy's AuthorTube Sleepover is tonight at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. And Doll's live stream is coming up at 2 p.m., which is in about 45 minutes. So if you want to keep the party going, you want to head over there. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for being here today. We will see you guys next week at 11, same time, same place, 11 a.m. to 1-ish.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here today.